So this time from the Masters of the Universe Classics, we're taking a look at a figure that was offered a long time ago. I don't think he's been reissued since. I'm not sure, but just having gotten She-Ra and really out of a recent want to complete the royal family, I went on eBay and found the two major pieces of the royal family that I passed up on, and that would be, of course, King Randor, which you see here, and the Queen Marlena. Randor here was first offered as the December 2009 figure, I believe. So let's take a look at the back of the package and his biography here. And pretty good bio, pretty much the 2002 bio. Can't help but feel hungry for a certain something. I don't know. You know, I think King Randor's motto must be, have it your way. I think that's just the very red shirt that he has. And this is very much styled on the vintage figure. He's got a really nice face and beard sculpt. I really do like it. The hair with the crown on top. It's not removable. It's all one piece. But it's very nicely sculpted on top there. He's got this recurring motif on his armor and his accessories, which is pretty neat. The gold and you know, the stone in the center, the blue stone in the center, with the little red, I don't know if they're stones or just decorations along the side of it. The paint is pretty nice. There's not much shading on it, but all the gold parts are very nicely painted. There is some little mess ups here and there, but I can deal with it. Now his cape is permanently attached, and it's made out of this very sturdy but still pliable plastic. It's not as flexible as some of the DC Universe characters or even some of the later Masters figures, but so it does tend to make him a little bit back heavy, and he's really got these nice vibrant blue feet here. They really stand out. They're almost a purple, kind of in between a purple and a blue. I really like it. And you know, I do have to laugh at the orange leggings. Yeah, they're kind of odd and clash, but I have to say it still works as a design for the figure. Now we'll get into his accessories here. He's got this pretty cool sword here. Again, you have the recurring symbol here with the blue stone surrounded by the red smaller stones, and that's incorporated into the sword. You have this nice, very nice gold color here, with the blade actually made by the silver paint here. It's really nice, and it's a very rigid sword, probably the best, like, solidest weapon that I've seen in the line. He also has this staff slash scepter, and it too carries out the blue stones surrounded by the smaller red ones in this symbol. And the rest of it is gold. Now it is bent a little bit in packaging. I've not tried to straighten it, but like I said, it's a bit more rigid than some of the other accessories in this line, like the sword is. I do like that. You even have like this little pointed end here, which I imagine he could turn this into a weapon if he wanted to. Not just a symbol of his royal power, but he can also use it as a weapon. So talking about articulation here, so his head moves left and right, up and down very nicely. I think he's got a lot of clearance in the back there underneath the hair. So you do get a lot of positions, and the cape here is far enough back that it doesn't interfere with the hair, or the hair doesn't get caught on it. So I think that's a nice little touch that they did to really give his head articulation. Now his arms, they do go all the way around, but you do run into the cape, so it does limit them a little bit. You do have to pull it out, and you can see how far out his arms go. I wanted to say that because of the way the armor is, and you can't take this off, I just really don't want to, but because of the armor, you're really not going to get him. His arms can go in a little bit further if the armor was off, but I'm not going to pull it off. So he has the rotation at the bicep, bends at the elbow, rotates at the wrist. He does have ab articulation here, but it's hindered by both the symbol on the chest here and sort of the cape here. It does bunch up on his rear end there, so you are kind of limited as to the articulation there. He's got a waist swivel, legs go forward, back, out to the side, rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, rotate at the boot, and they bend, and there is a slight pivot at the feet. However, on this foot, something went wrong, and the foot doesn't really pivot. It just, I can feel it when I do that. It's putting pressure on the little joint in there, and you can see it's just snapping back into position. So his foot is kind of permanently stuck there, and I can't really get into there to fix it as of yet. Hopefully it's just a problem with this particular figure. Randor is pretty much consistently portrayed throughout all the iterations of the Masters of the Universe, and maybe you saw in the bio, he is the son of Miro, and was his father's captain of the guard. He battles Keldor, who then becomes Skeletor. So Keldor was always meant to be the half-brother of Randor. And so here you have basically what is a civil war fought over the throne of Eternia between two brothers. You know, although they never got the opportunity to come out and say it in the Filmation series, or You know, I think they hinted at it in the mini comics, but in the back of the packaging for several figures, they've come out and said that yes, Keldor is definitely the half-brother of Randor. So in the 2002 version, Randor was more closely linked. In fact, he was the reason that Keldor became Skeletor. Well, Keldor really did it to himself, but so he's, like I said, he's portrayed basically the same throughout all the iterations as this wise and bold king who, even though he has, taken up the kingly duties, he can still show that he has considerable fighting skills. And he's often perturbed by Adam's lack of interest and responsibility. But of course, this is known to the audience as, only a scheme to protect his secret identity as He-Man. And I did find out that he actually does discover the secret, or the secret of Adam is revealed to him in the first episode of the New Adventures of He-Man, which I kind of want to see, since I never saw that, and I never sought that out when it was on back in the 80s. And I think it was the blatant attempt to go for a totally science fiction theme. When I was into Masters, I enjoyed the more fantasy aspects of it. So considering Randor was such a big part of the mythos, I mean, one of the reasons why Adam had to keep his activities as He-Man secret, and he played such a major role, he almost didn't get a figure. In fact, he was one of the last figures in the 80s line. He didn't receive a figure until this one, and for 2002 they didn't get to him in time, but NECA did do a staction of him. He was finally saw figure form again in December of 2009. So I guess that'll about do it for King Randor. Stay tuned, and we'll be taking a look at his wife, Queen Marlena, and the mother of He-Man and She-Ra. So until next time, I'll see ya.